spell out everything and formally announce this. So this is the Wells County Plat Committee meeting for September 18th, and we will start off with the roll call. Jared Hahn.
Here.
Bill Horan is here. Lynn Huffman.
Here.
Nick Huffman is absent, and Michael Watson-Heiser.
Here.
Here. So 4 out of 5 members present. Approval of our minutes from September the 4th.
Move to approve the minutes.
Second.
All right. Motion to approve by Jared and seconded by Lynn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. 4-0 is the vote. All right, so our first item today is development plan 25-10-20 in Rock Creek Township.
Whoever's doing it.
Fisher McAfee Farms LLC requests approval for a proposed CFO project, including 2 layer barns, manure barn, cooler, generator, well building, and feeder bins. Property is located at 3599 West 300 North in Buckland and zoned A1. So, since we're recording this and
Make
it's
sure your button's
online,
up.
you need to speak in the mic and state your names.
Okay, I'm Krista Markley. I'm here representing Fisher McAfee Farms.
Trenton Markley, here representing Fisher McAfee Farms.
Renee King, Civil Engineer, Engineering Resources.
Give us a little synopsis of what the project is and go through if we have any questions.
Yep. So we are in the process of putting together for a new CAFO development. It'll consist of 2 41 8-inch by 428-foot buildings that will house a belted layer barn. Each one will house approximately 100,000 birds. The belted system will allow the manure to be removed to a separate manure building that is fully enclosed. So, yeah.
Yes, and with the new technology, if you could explain the manure process and how
Yes.
it smell.
So the way these barns are set up, under all the cages, there's a conveyor belt system that down each one of those belts, there is a tube that will blow air on the manure. We will move that belt a third 3 times a week.
No, a third of the barn each day.
Okay. To dry that manure. Then it will go out of the chicken barn into a fully enclosed manure barn. It's got 8-foot concrete walls, roof, door, fully enclosed. Most of the time on the pit system style barns, the manure will come out of those barns at 80% moisture or higher, which is where you get your ammonia smell and that. Ours will come out at approximately 30%. So it'll be a lot drier, so therefore we won't have the flies, won't have the smell near as bad. It is manure, still gonna have a smell, but it's gonna reduce it dramatically.
So do those conveyors go directly to that barn then?
Storage,
or do you have to
go to the end of the chicken barn? There's a gutter system at the end of that barn that then takes a conveyor into the manure barn.
Okay.
And then inside the manure barn, there will be another conveyor system that will windrow that manure inside that barn. And there's also fans inside the manure barn to help dry even more.
Yes. And we have provided stormwater detention for all the stormwater that will run off from this, and we will release it into the tile on the east at the required release rate for the county. And then overall, the development, they'll provide screening, necessary screening, as they've been working with the county on and everything. So yeah, overall pretty straightforward. Gravel areas for the trucks to come in and out of.
So,
Do you know how many points did they do the thing?
Yeah, so Yeah, so they're showing 256.1 points. We'll go through and verify all that.
220 is the
Yeah, 220
required.
is the, one thing that is a little different with this one than other applications is that they did go to the Purdue Agricultural Air Quality Laboratory, and there were 3 different items that they stated met either tier 1 or tier 2 odor abatement processes, the drying belt feature being one of those. So just the note that how the points are coming through the odor abatement part. And we have a letter to those response.
So your fans on both barns and the manure barn blow out to the east,
Correct.
go into the wooded area?
Yes, it'll go in through the woods.
That's roughly a 10 to 15 acre woods that they'll blow into.
Okay. Your cooler building,
Yes.
how does that, I'm assuming electric,
Yes.
Yes.
does it have outside fans? Does it have like a cooler unit outside? And which direction is that facing?
Not sure the specifics of that yet.
Okay.
So,
I'm just thinking I think there's a house almost directly across south, if that could be directed so that it's going to the west or something, it would probably be good to know before your meeting,
okay.
so. I assume it's like a mini split, just on a bigger scale, that you've got an outdoor unit, and then,
It may even be on the roof, I'm not sure.
okay.
We'll find out.
Yep.
Good to have that answer, and if it can be oriented so that the fans and everything, so that they're not making sound or trying to avoid making sound going to the south.
And we also shifted this development initially further to the west, away from the residential, as seen on the preliminary plans.
Right.
So it's more towards the farm field and not towards the residents.
Trying to see, both of you got 2 outlets into the tile from detention ponds,
Yes.
size-wise. I see the invert, but 8-inch. One of them is an 8-inch.
So the north barn will be a future development, but the basins were developed now for earthwork, so when they're ready to do those barns, they can just construct them, and the detention basins are sized to handle all of that.
Okay. So it's a future barn.
Yes, that one is a future.
The intention is-
South barn is gonna be
South barn is
built.
the first barn. The second barn is intended for maybe in the next 5 years.
Okay, okay.
Yes. We're starting with
We're
one.
just doing the permitting now, so we have to do this once.
Sure, all right, thank you.
So all this stone area along there in the dash lines, that is all future gravel,
Okay,
to go with that future barn.
okay. One thing that we've asked, and I guess ask is the key word here, it's not a requirement. Normally, hog barns, that sort of thing, we're dealing with liquid manure. Because your fans are going to blow out their dust, you might have some nutrient that ends up in those ponds. Might be a good idea to plan on a valve that you can close, and in case, if nothing else, in case a feed truck ruptures a fuel tank, whatever, you've got a way to contain it in your ponds. Doesn't have to be automatic, doesn't have to be, electric, just a manual gate valve. Not a requirement, but a good idea, so. Like I say, typically, we're dealing with hog barns and things that have liquid manure and tanker trucks and all that. You guys aren't dealing with that, but
So for the manure management plan, is it, the acreage that is gonna be sold, the manure's gonna be sold, or is it gonna be I guess.
Basically, we're using the manure, yeah, as a commodity. The majority, I mean, we plan on using it on some of our own fields. We also plan on selling whatever is left, which would be to local farmers, so, yes,
And that's surface applied, right?
Yes.
And incorporating that.
yes.
So for your IDEM permit, do you have to have is that manure management plan already filed with them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
For the permit?
I mean, it's a contract between,
Sure.
yeah.
Yes, and the stormwater quality with IDEM is also filed.
Yes.
Okay. On the tile, drainage board already granted,
Drainage board has not,
has not done,
yeah, so because our meeting this week was canceled,
okay.
it will not, the buildings are outside of the 75-foot,
Okay.
Yes.
yeah, just outside of the 75-foot right-of-way.
That'd be the return.
The retention ponds, we're going to go ahead and do the encroachment agreement with that. It won't be it'll be the Thursday after, it'll be the Monday after the Plan Commission meeting.
Okay.
That would be presented. Don't know that would be any issue. Like I say, they're both dry detention ponds. The tile has been replaced, it's brand new. I don't anticipate any issues with that with the drainage board. We'll get paperwork all signed and filled out, and then that way you guys have a copy
Yeah,
that it has
the
at least been
application.
applied for, so
Yeah.
that it's.
Yep. Are the dry basins, will they have any under drain in them?
These ones will not have any under drains in them. The bottom of the basins are sloped at 1% to allow adequate drainage out of them. It's just the depth of the tile and getting it to work was a restraint for doing the subdivisions
Sure,
underneath
yeah.
them. So,
There's not a lot of depth to work with out there on that
yes,
tile.
correct.
I don't know what you're saying. I mean, There's 3 feet deep, come on.
I would say there's just not a lot of depth to work with out there, so.
That's a ton.
Some county titles, you just gotta.
It is what it is, yeah. I think contractor that installed it was actually able to flatten out the grade a little bit from what it was because we were actually running a shorter distance. I don't know that he flattened out the grade, maintained the same grade that he had. It's a little bit shorter distance, and so he was able to get a little bit deeper at the road where they hooked in at the road than what the original tile was, but it's still not, things just aren't very deep out there. It's pretty flat.
It's very flat. I think it was like 0.1% slope.
Yeah, it's flat, it's flat.
So curiosity with the conveyor system, is this mechanical? What happens if it breaks down or needs maintenance? How does that work?
We'll get somebody out there
Yeah.
ASAP. They've got guys on call basically 24/7.
Yeah.
That if there's an issue, they'll get out there right away to get on it.
The company we contract with keeps parts in stock,
Okay,
like the common parts, bearings, bushings, those kind of things. But then if anything else, like major would break down, which it's new, so hopefully it wouldn't anytime soon, but is it Minnesota, I think, is a major warehouse for them, so it doesn't have to go far for parts if it would be,
okay,
Major.
yes.
okay.
So,
That's, I mean, it's something that might,
If you went you said it moves a third of the building per day,
that's what they recommend because of the weight. They want to keep the weight level, so.
but if for some reason you were shut down for a few days, I mean, it's not, the manure's not gonna go outside or anything like
No.
that.
No,
It
it's
stays,
gonna
it
stay
stays on
right
the
there on
back.
that conveyor belt,
There's
yes.
plenty of room on there that contingency area if you would have an issue that it can
That
sit
can
on
be
that belt
stored
and
on
level a
it.
little bit.
Okay.
But no, that manure will never see the light of day until I haul it out. It'll always be under roof, enclosed.
Storage-wise, and I guess with the one barn, you're gonna have double the amount of time. How much storage is in that barn? A year's worth,
So,
2 years
well,
worth? I mean, how?
So it is, by item standards, it is 187 days worth of storage for 2 barns.
Okay.
But of course, this is a much drier manure, and item does not recognize that yet. So there are sister barns in Adams County, and they could hold well over. He was showing us at 6 months, and the barn was not even at half full, so.
So
it
there's
With-
was-
volume.
There's quite a volume difference.
So by item standards today,
Yes.
with one barn, you would have at least a year's worth of
Oh, yes.
storage.
Then
Yes.
some.
With 2 barns, you'd have at least 6 months of storage
Correct.
by their
By
standards.
their
Yes.
standards, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because basically, if our manure came out at 80%, that's why we have to have 8-foot concrete walls. And then it's tongue and groove, I think it's a 16-foot rafters,
Okay.
16 or 18. Ours, we would only need 5-foot concrete walls if IDEM would look at our manure being drier, because it just doesn't take up the volume. But they just throw it all under one hat, so that's why we have to do what we gotta do.
I don't have anything else at this time.
I don't either.
Yeah, so the next step, we'll get the updated drawings and then go from there. Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Whenever you file your plan, or file for the encroachment agreement, we actually just need that page, really, to go with it. We don't need the whole set of
Oh,
plans.
okay.
Your Rule 5 plan and all your other,
Do you want-
all we really need is C 2.0.
Do you want me to wait till they get that done with all the measurements and stuff?
If you want to go ahead and do your update, I assume that'll be fairly quick.
Okay,
But just, that's the only sheet we really need.
okay. I'll wait till they get that done and then we'll get you that paperwork.
So-
Thanks, Darren.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
guys.
Yep.
Oh, wells.
Yeah. Oh,
2 wells,
Right now, we're only gonna do 1 well,
okay?
but we will, if and when we get the second barn, we will be putting in a second well.
5-inch, 6-inch well.
At least the biggest we can go, 5 or 6, yes.
Okay.
I mean, I'd like to do a 6,
Okay.
but I've also heard that a lot of them are 5s, so.
I didn't know if you had to have 2, like 1 for backup or,
They would like us to.
Okay.
And depending on cost, we may go ahead and put both of them in now, but we're talking about just doing 1 for now and
Okay.
then doing the other one when and if we get the other barn put up.
Thanks. Yep.
alrighty.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, so next up is minor subdivision, item 2025-099, Nathan Marliti at 700 East and 1050 South,
Oh, a half mile from Phoenix,
minor subdivision.
or half mile from
Half mile south.
Domestic.
domestic.
Yeah.
Half mile south of domestic.
I don't know how you measure it.
As the crow flies.
You're not holding any reason.
So, yeah, so they are splitting the property up. Then the part of the property will go into the LLC name that will operate the confinement.
Chicken barn.
Yep, and then the rest will stay in Nathan's name.
I would move to approve.
I'll second. Motion by Jared and seconded by Bill. All those in favor, say
Aye.
aye. So we vote 4-0. Next two items, 2025-100 and 2025-101. Helen R. Mitchell, Irrevocable Trust. There's a.
So they're basically putting everything together and then just splitting it in half? Is
Yes, correct. Yeah, they're splitting the property up into two exactly the same parcels.
that, I assume for estate planning or
Yeah.
something along that line?
Yeah, but it's multiple parcels today, and
Yeah.
it'll be clear.
I would move to approve.
Second?
All right, motion to approve by Jared, seconded by Lynn. All those in favor say aye.
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 All right, turn the page. 2025-102, Mildred A. Rogers, Irrevocable Trust, 3914 West 300 South Liberty Center, minor subdivision.
So here they're splitting off the improvements in the, some grass area.
It's pasture.
Pasture.
I think.
Looking at the survey, we do need them to show the well and septic on here, and I don't see it. It's just- well, I'll make a motion to approve it contingent on getting those added.
Okay. Second. A motion by Mike and seconded by Bill, needing to show well plus septic. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
There isn't a note on there, Mike, that it's not visible or anything. Is there?
I'll look to double check, but
Okay.
usually,
Or it may say the well located under.
yeah, usually
Front
they-
porch or something
yeah,
like that. I
Usually
didn't
they
know,
try
if-
to denote those things on the.
Just-
I didn't know if that note was on there, so.
This railroad track here.
Yeah, for Rinky Dink Railroad.
Is that the official name?
That's what I call
It
it.
still has trains on it.
No.
They're going very slow, but they're on.
Yeah, new ownership.
They've made some improvements to
Yeah.
it.
Did they?
New
Yeah.
ownership.
Yeah, new owner and they've made some improvements.
Anything else we need to
I do not.
discuss on record?
Move to adjourn.